Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Speaker in the Spotlight, where you get to meet our speakers in the Children's Mental Health Matters Summit. Today, I am joined by the lovely Emma Sales. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Are you?
Good. I'm very well, thank you. And so without further ado, I'm going to hand straight over to you, Emma. And if you can just introduce yourself as Emma, not the business, as you as a person. That would be amazing.
Sure. So I'm Emma Sales. I am ADHD, autistic, late diagnosed adult female. I have a son who is 5. He's coming up 6 now, and he is basically just like a mini me, but on rocket fuel. I was a single parent for 3.5 years until very recently. We've just moved in with my partner near Manchester. I have various hobbies, including Lego, which you will see behind me, and in my hand I have an infinity cube made of Lego, which is very cool, and jigsaws and karaoke and general nerdy things. I've just come back from a Japanese culture festival where I go every year. So I'm very me now. There's so much of my life I spent being beige, and then I discovered my neurodivergence in my 30s and have learned how to embrace my personality and sort of let it out a bit. So that's a bit about me.
Amazing. Oh, amazing. And so you mentioned the your neurodivergence, and has that influenced your business and what it is you do to help people and things like that? Do you want to tell us more about what you do?
Yeah, so when I found out about ADHD when I was 35, it was such a massive realization for me. It was such a huge, oh my God, this is why I behave the way I do. This is why I struggle with certain things. And then I found out about autism the following year, and I trained as a coach, a health and life coach initially, and I help other late diagnosed adults or adults that are figuring out their own neurodivergence and parents of neurodivergent children to just understand what neurodivergence is to them, how it looks, why their brains work the way they do, and to coach them in coping strategies and in succeeding in life in the way that they want, or helping their children succeed in life the way they want to, in a mindful way, in a healthy way, and not letting it hold them back, because it's not the end of the world. It sometimes feels like the end of the world when things are a little bit different, but it's not. Nobody's broken. We're not broken. We're just a bit different, and we need to sort of learn to communicate in different ways so that people around us can also know how we need to be communicated with. So it's that's what I do. I help other neurodivergent adults and parents of neurodivergent children.
Amazing. And that it must be very rewarding, because I'm very aware that when people receive diagnosis, that's basically it. There isn't really anything else. You might get a leaflet, but so to be able to provide that and help people to really be seen and heard must be very rewarding. And I love that you do that. So it's amazing. And so we all tend to, your links will be provided with the interview, but where do you tend to hang out the most? Where would best, if people want to get to know you a bit more or find out more about you, where would they be best connecting with you?
Facebook. I mean, I post the majority of things relating to my business are posted on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, the identical, same pretty much, but there's more on Facebook because that's just my go-to. That's where I socialize with my friends, and my profile, Emma Sales, is the best profile to connect with me, rather than my Emma Sales Coaching business page, because that's the one I remember exists. So that's where everything goes. My preferred is Facebook, but I'm on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, under Emma Sales Coaching in all instances.
Amazing, amazing. So that is where to go if you want to connect with Emma more. So my dog's just popped her head in. What was it that sort of drew you into the summit? What was it that made you want to be involved this year?
So it's really important to me since my son was born. I mean, it made a massive difference to my stance, because I had horrific postnatal depression just after my son was born, and then one of his first fully constructed sentences was "Mummy has to work," and I was like, whoa, this isn't okay. I don't want that. And I just had a really big dawning realization as I was coming out of postnatal depression that he was going to end up in the same position as me if I didn't change how I was parenting, if I didn't change my view on how I should be living. And so that is kind of one of the keys to why I started being coached myself, which is what led me to learn about my neurodivergence, because I wanted to learn how to be the best for him so that he can be accepting of himself. And if the more stuff I can be involved in that supports children, because at the end of the day, they are the future. It sounds corny, but I'm not going to break into song. But yeah, I think it's really important that we all contribute. And when I can talk about neurodivergence in a way that helps and spreads awareness, because there is such little amount of awareness, and there's so many misunderstandings around what neurodivergence is, and stigma and fear almost, that it's a really important thing to talk about at any given chance, really. So yeah, I'm really chuffed to be involved.
Amazing. And we are delighted to have you join us sharing such an important message on such an important thing, which leads me on to sort of my final question, which is, do you want to give us a sneak peek of what your presentation is going to be about?
Absolutely. So my presentation is about what neurodivergence can actually look like. So it's all well and good reading a list of traits online and reading communication difficulties and struggles in social scenarios, so on and so forth. But children often don't present in a typical way. Because you've got such as rejection, sensitivity, you've got demand avoidance, things like that you can read about, but your child might be fine at school and come home and just blow out, or they might be a nightmare at school and completely fine at home, and there's no consistency, and then the school don't know what you're seeing, and there's a lot of miscommunication between schools and parents and not lack of understanding. And it's just I'm just talking about some of those key things that might happen that could be rejection, or it could be demand avoidance, or it could be trying to mask. There's bits about masking in there, and just an overview of the links between all the different neurodivergent spectrum, even if I can get my words out, because there's so many overlaps between different conditions. And I mean, ADHD and autism are two of the most comorbid conditions that there are in existence, and there's so many overlaps that people aren't necessarily aware of. So it's that basically covers what I'm talking about.
Amazing. And it does it sounds amazing, and I think it is so important, because we're often led like it's all tick box with society, and I know that it's like behavior that's displayed in two settings, and life doesn't work like that, and I know especially that a lot of the time school can be fine, and it's when they get home to their safe space that's where the issues arrive. So raising that awareness and sort of just giving people that information is going to be amazing. So do get your free ticket to come along and see Emma and the other speakers at the Children's Mental Health Matters Summit. So before we end today, was there anything else that you wanted to add, or did you cover everything that you wanted to say?
No, I think I just wanted to basically thank you for doing this, because you're putting a massive amount of work into it, and we all appreciate the work you put in and the chance to talk. And I'm really looking forward to seeing some of the other presentations, because there looks to be some really interesting stuff going on. So I'm excited about it.
Amazing. Yeah, and it's not long to go. So thank you again for joining us, Emma, and please do tune in for some more Speaker in the Spotlights as we go forward, and I will see everybody again soon. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.